Hello, my name is Sean, and welcome to the Southwest Transit Marketing Team Final Selection and Analysis PowerPoint. As you remember, last week we came to you with a 16-member panel who would be best suited for the campaign. After careful consideration, we decided to whittle that down to four main people, that being Natalie as the team leader, William as a team consultant, Caitlin as an analyst, and Elizabeth as a senior analyst. Let's move on to the why. Why do we choose these four people over others? We'll start with Natalie. She's been with the company for 2+ years, and she is an excellent communicator and leader who's very charismatic. Sometimes her weaknesses can be she doesn't fully trust her colleagues, and her efficiency can be impacted negatively by her colleagues who monopolize her time. Next is Caitlin. Although she's only been with the company for less than a year, she has already shown impeccable work under pressure. She's very detail-oriented, and she's a flexible and early adapter, which can help with solutions. Sometimes she sets unreasonable standards and does not receive criticism well. Next, we move to William. He is the most tenured person on this team, and that's necessary because we need a veteran in the area who knows the industry and the company. He works well alone and in teams, and he can even lead this team if necessary. So you could consider him more of like a co-leader. His weaknesses is he can sometimes be a little bit of an inefficient and perfectionist, and he has been known to miss deadlines before. That's why we believe he would be best suited as a consultant, helping the team where necessary. Next is Elizabeth. She has been with the company for 2 years, and she is known to be a problem solver, detail-oriented, and has always been known to meet deadlines. That's why we want her being the one who makes the end deliverable. She also creates quality results. Her weaknesses is she doesn't really develop new skills, and she's occasionally hesitant to branch out into unfamiliar territory. That's why we believe Caitlin would be a great addition to this team to help offset some of those weaknesses. Next, let's move to the Southwest Transit Management Assessment. We assembled a team that consists of a healthy mix between experience and those with exceptional work quality, leadership ability, and communication. These people can, as a group and a team, drive results. Their strengths definitely outweigh the weaknesses of this potential team, and a lot of the strengths of certain members can help offset the negatives of others. However, this team is going to need some specific management styles, which will need to be applied in order to ensure their success. Furthermore, this team is going to need some clear communication channels and organizational support to prevent burnout. Lastly, this team is internal and will help drive innovation through a grassroots approach instead of going to, for example, a consultant. Let's talk about the motivation and management strategies we think would work best for this team. Starting off with the goal setting theory. The reason why we chose the goal setting theory is goals can motivate behavior and drive desired outcomes according to the Griffin et al. Book, Organizational Behavior. Goal setting theory focuses on two major items: goal specificity, which means providing clarity of scope and clear goals. This is going to be important because William prefers daily tasks. Elizabeth and Caitlin need direction, and occasionally Caitlin can set unreasonable goals for herself. So having some goals set out and outlined for her can help reduce that weakness. Next is goal difficulty. Again, Caitlin sometimes sets unreasonable goals for herself. When you have the team come together and create goals that are difficult but achievable, that's going to help drive motivation because they can see it just out of reach and they want to reach that goal. Is the human resources strategy. This is going to work well for Natalie because she needs to realize that people want to contribute to the overall goal of project, especially this company, because the livelihood of this company is at stake. This strategy works well with teams because it helps show employees that we are invested in their opinions and their strategies. And this has already shown a lot of success at companies such as Apple, Ford, and Costco. This has been known to produce substantive company contributions. Next is, when this doesn't work, Natalie can always fall back to the human relations approach as a leader. This is going to help prevent people from monopolizing her time because in certain settings, it's going to allow her to already have a decision made, but still let her give the ability to hear out other people's concerns and let them feel valued, even if it's only a symbolic gesture. Next, let's move into some of the motivation strategies we want to do by firstly outlining that we want this whole team to be using a collaborative conflict management style. The collaborative conflict management style provides an avenue for both parties to get what they want under certain conditions. In fact, according to Griffin et al., it reflects a high concern for your own interest and a high concern for the interest for the other party. This conflict management style emphasizes problem solving and pursues an outcome that gives both parties what they want. This is important because this is going to help prevent all the other team members from kind of closing off if they get a little bit of criticism or if they don't get the way they want, because it's going to force the team to come together and work out a goal that they can all have buy-in on. This is going to help increase the own motivation and efficiency of the group. Next is, we need to realize that this is a very high stress project, and that burnout is a potential resulting factor. And burnout can affect all team members and leads to individual harm because it induces stress within the employees. We as an organization, when we create that harm, we are decreasing employee efficiency. As an organization, we can help counter this because we need to implement some collateral programs to offset that burnout that may be, and stress that may be induced through this project. Some of those examples can be, having someone, measure hypertension, getting some ergonomic chairs, or, even having access to a therapist when things get tough, because things are going to get tough for this type of management and this type of team. Lastly is, this program is specifically designed to help employees manage stress, and low stress leads to higher efficiency. Next, let's move into the reinforcement theory, as well as some of the acquired needs framework that can help provide motivation. We want to use the reinforcement theory because it's going to reinforce positive behavior early on, and it's going to, decrease negative behavior by calling it out and squashing it as soon as possible. We want to use the positive theory on variable intervals, which means we want it to be unpredictable. When you have something that's very predictable on a regular schedule, some of these team members can become complacent. That's why we want it to be unpredictable, so they're always working at the highest quality standard that they can. To couple the reinforcement theory with the acquired needs theory framework. And that basically is three main pillars: affiliation, achievement, and power. Natalie, for example, is going to work well when she's in control of her own environment. This will help, such as power. This will help motivate her to continue leading a successful team and decrease the time monopolization that can occasionally be had with her. Next is Elizabeth and Caitlin seek praise and are motivated through praise and recognition with quick feedback on performance. That is achievement. We can help provide that achievement through the timing based on variable intervals with the reinforcement theory on feedback. Next is William. William needs a sense of affiliation. He's been with this company for a while. He has a vested interest in the company. He wants difficult projects. What this is, and he wants to be around a team, which we will provide the other three members. Now, let's talk a little bit about the stakeholder value and who's at stake for having a successful marketing campaign. And we'll start out by just describing what stakeholder value is. Stakeholder value is someone or something that has a vested interest in a company. According to Amos et al., stakeholder value focuses on creating value through economic and quality of life means. Until recently, shareholders were the only ones who were really given any thought when it came to being a stakeholder. But stakeholder value often has interests that go beyond economic incentives. For example, this team is made up of a stakeholder, which are the employees. They depend on a successful outcome for continued and meaningful employment. That's why we need to make sure that they are included on this process so we can get a successful marketing campaign out as quickly as possible. Next is a successful team and business plan will create value for customers by creating meaningful competition between Southwest Transit and its main competitor. A successful marketing campaign can help highlight our quality employees and our company employee-centric company. That's going to help show the employees what they really get. They might get some a little bit lower values flying for the other company, but they get better quality when they fly for us. Next is a team-based group working on corporate sustainability. We're using a grassroots approach. We're using the employees from the ground up to generate new ideas. This has been shown to generate innovative ideas quicker and faster. What does this mean for conscious capitalism? Let's talk about the conscious capitalism origins. Conscious capitalism focuses on socially responsible economic business practices that serves all stakeholders, not just management and shareholders. This was started by John Mackey and Raj Sisodia to help create a sustainable version of capitalism. It does not minimize profit, which could be, contrary to popular belief. It just elevates other key stakeholders who are usually omitted in the past. This has already been implemented by many other companies and has shown great success. And that's why we want to make sure this is included in one of the main foundational pillars of this team and company going forward. So, how does this team and project embody conscious capitalism? This team is going to be creating a solution to save jobs. A key stakeholder, which which are the employees, and they're a key stakeholder. Next is these saved jobs will help contribute to the overall health of the community, by sustaining these jobs and creating more areas for revenue and taxes that can go to, help preserving roads or giving funding to museums. Next is, this is going to provide a healthy dose of capitalism because it's going to help create more competition. Our competitor came out with a good deal. We're going to compete by showing our quality of the company that we are and how we're company centric. Lastly, is we're using our own employees to create an idea. We're not going out to a marketing company. We're not going out to consulting. We're using a grounds up approach instead of a top down approach to help fix the problem at hand. So let's talk about the management strategies, the team, and the resulting impact that this is going to have, as well as a quick recap. This team will help expand conscious capitalism at Southwest Transit because it's going to help formulate a marketing strategy to save the company from potential bankruptcy, which is going to preserve the value and health of all the stakeholders, which is the community, which is the employees, which is even the typical shareholders that we all know about. We're going to help preserve this employee-focused company that provides good pay and benefits, which is the main tenet of what conscious capitalism is about. We focus on employee-driven solutions rather through outside means. It provides avenue for success for chosen employees. We use goal-setting theory to make sure that goal specificity and goal difficulty is clearly outlined. That helps open up clear and defined communication channels, as well as finding ways to manage stress between the employees. Finally, we're focusing on a marketing campaign to highlight Southwest Gate company culture and, more customer loyalty. An example of this is how Costco may pay their employees a lot more than their main competitor, Sam's Clubs, but they still have a similar financial bottom line and margins because they have better customer loyalty. That's what we need to drive to. With this, we hope you enjoyed our pitch on the 4 people we think will be best for this team, as well as the strategies that will go into it.